Well, one of the things I like to pick from the buffet at the moment is I do energy travel. So I visit like megalithic sites. And one of the last things I'm very excited about is the pyramids in Bosnia, and especially the tunnels underneath it. It has a very high frequency. And when I'm there, it's like my inner being knows about this ability to use the earth energy and the cosmic energy to create something that helps you to keep your vibration up.
We understand, and we understand the attraction to something like that. Anytime there is a historical site where people have gone with expectation, in other words, that's what Esther was feeling about this convergence too. This will forevermore feel like a historical site because of the energy that has happened here in this gathering. The people that are having parties following this are going to benefit from you having been here. So there's a momentum in all of that. But the thing that's a little tricky about that is you have a direct connection to source energy, and you don't have to dig yourself into a tunnel in order to hook up with it. But there is something kind of fun about stepping into some place where energy is flowing.
Yeah, and much more easy, or maybe even a higher vibration than I can imagine. It feels like there's the people or beings who created it has more knowledge than I can reach.
But here's what we want you to know. Focusing on that situation can hook you up to that every bit as much as being there in the tunnel.
I don't get it.
We know you don't, because you think you need the manifestation. You think the condition is affecting your energy. And we want you to understand that you don't need any condition to affect your energy.
Even not when it's helpful.
Say again?
Even not when it's very helpful to be there quick or to...
Well, we're not saying don't go where it's helpful. We just don't want you to be dependent upon things that you can't always get to. What are you going to do when you're not there? You're going to feel deprived of not being there. When I go there, I have all of this. But now I'm not there. I don't have all of this. Now you've put yourself in a bind.
Yeah, but it's not that sites like that add something, you know, add more knowing or add more vibration to my vortex, because it feels like that.
I have some questions for you. Do you acknowledge that you are an extension of source energy?
Yes.
And do you believe that you have direct connection to that source energy?
Sometimes, yes. No, I believe that, but I'm not doing it all the time. Yeah.
You just told us that you do it and that sometimes you don't do it, and now you're telling us you need a tunnel.
Yeah.
Make up your mind. You're like these people that we've been talking about. You're either under the influence of source or you're not. And you're saying to us, well, sometimes it's easier for me to be under the influence of source if I step into a place where others who have been under the influence of source have been. And we say, we get that, but we don't want you to feel a dependency about what anybody else is doing. You have a direct connection. This subject is just about momentum and energy flowing and that sort of thing. There are a lot of people that find themselves in a flow of something that it feels powerful and it feels provocative and it feels big and it feels influential, but it isn't actually under the influence of source. In other words, every thought that's ever been thought still exists. And the law of attraction gathers these thoughts into rivers and streams and currents. And so that's why someone can get focused upon something from a place of true despondency, and they can tap into the river or stream of despondency that so many people have felt, and then suddenly they feel so much worse than their own circumstances really are about, because they've tapped into something that is so much more. You are really good at tapping into the energy stream. We just want you to understand that you have a direct route to it, and you don't need to follow the path that someone else has followed, and that there is a sort of conditional expectation in there that will ultimately limit you. Right now you're saying, but it feels so good, and so I think that it would benefit me. And we say, go and let it benefit you, but don't become dependent upon it. Don't become dependent upon anything other than your own ability to connect with your inner being, because your inner being will always be there for you, and the tunnel will not always be there. It just will not always be there. Helpful?
Yes, thank you.
Really good. Something very fast right here. We've enjoyed this time together, and we are appreciative that you have been willing to come and play with us. We acknowledge the yous that you brought here, and we acknowledge the yous that you are now, and we are thrilled with the vibrational difference that we have all become together. You may recognize as you listen back, if you do, that together we have taken thought beyond that which it has been before. There are at least 10 things, at least 10, that you have allowed through your readiness to hear them. You see, we have a lot of knowledge that cannot be expressed until you're ready to receive. And so these new things that have happened as a result of us being together is because of your readiness to allow them to come forth into a forum where words can actually be formed about them. Doesn't that make you feel happy about you? When we talk about co-creating at its best, what we mean is that non-physical part of you who has so much awareness of you and so much feeling for you and gives so much attention to you, who doesn't need you to know it for that attention to be satisfying to us. We can love you, and if you're not in the vibration of love, it doesn't diminish the love that we feel for you. But when you are open to the vibration of that which we offer, and you are joining us in that vibration, so that it's not bouncing off of you, but it's radiating through you, it is thrilling to us to feel the impact that you have on the others who are around you when you allow that pure transmission of that pure you to move forward. You have no responsibility to raise the vibration of this planet. You were not sent here to fix something that's broken. Nothing is. And you were not sent at all. You didn't come in order to accomplish. It's just a byproduct of being focused in an evolving universe. You can't get it wrong because variety will continue to surround you, and new ideas will constantly be born within you. And when those new ideas are born within you, we revel in them, because there is nothing more exhilarating to us than new and more and expansion. But when you consciously connect with the expansion that you have provided, you accomplish a satisfaction as you blend with you that resonates to the boundaries of this boundaryless universe. We don't need you for our own joy. But when you find the joy that is us and reflect the joy that is us back through you, well, it just does not get any better than that. Be easy about all of this. And if anyone asks you what you've been doing, just say to them, I've been figuring out how to live happily ever after. And when they say, that sounds weird or sort of frivolous, you might be inspired to say something like this to them. My happily ever after is what I was born to live. And I got sideways of that for a while, but now I'm back. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain joyfully in your vortex. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.